Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, our Moments with God, our Moments with the Word of God. As you see there, the Bible being placed there. And welcome also to the moments where you can raise your inner spirit in the spirit of worship and prayer and thanksgiving to God, and thereby becoming aware of what is happening to our spiritual life as we navigate our life through this world and the worldly affairs. And if you like the video, you may please share it with others. Before I explain to you the settings here, I just want to tell you that in the middle of the book, there is a book, a Bible. From the Old Testament, I just want to pick up a small story of Cain and Abel. You are familiar with the story of the two brothers in the book of Genesis who brought their offerings to God. Cain, the elder brother, collected all the rubbish, the weeds that came out of his field and what was waste. He brought that as an offering to God. But his younger brother, Abel, brought the best of the fruits of the field, of the trees, and offered to God. And you know the story that God was pleased with the sacrifice of Abel and not with that of Cain. And then Cain got very jealous and envious of his brother that God was more pleased with his sacrifice than his own. And then he took a revenge on him. He killed his brother Abel, and you know the story. And somehow the sin of this jealousy and being miser and not giving the best to God has started from there, and it continues. You know, this setting here is that of a synagogue. Actually, not exactly, but almost. You know, in a synagogue, the Torah, the 5 books of the Old Testament, they get the prominent place. They usually have 7 candles always burning. There is a particular word for that which is not coming to my mind. It's escaping my mind just now. But they usually have the 7 candles, and most of the time it is a nice blue silk cloth that decorates the place. And that is how a little scenario, an imaginative scenario of a synagogue I have created. Why? Because today Jesus is seen in the synagogue, and as he lifts up his eyes, he sees the rich people putting big donations in the donation box there in the synagogue. And then he watches a poor widow who comes with the smallest of coins, and she puts those 2 small coins in that box. And Jesus looks at that and tells his disciples that this woman with those 2 coins, which are actually worthless as far as their worth is concerned, but according to Jesus, she has put in much more than all the wealthy people put together have put in their box. For Jesus and for God, as at the time of Abel in the Old Testament, for God, what is the best that we can offer to God? Because God has offered us the best. As far as I am concerned, I can vouch for it, that God has given me the best. I become more and more aware of the tremendous gifts God has given to me. Of course, I have been a stupid man, not always used his gifts that he gave to me to the best of my ability and always for his glory and praise. And I am sorry about that. I try to now become more aware of his gifts and use them. But what is important for God is this, that we become aware of what we have and how we can make all that good to God. It doesn't matter what is the worth of those coins or what is the worth of those big amount of money that the wealthy put. We have mentioned earlier, we do not know from where the wealthy, maybe their earning is also by honest means, but maybe they have made through some other means. But this widow, Jesus says, she gave everything that she had to live on. What a beautiful thing. Are we prepared to give everything of ours, or are we also sometimes like Cain, that we are very calculative in giving to God or for God what is left over, what is not the best? I'm sure you want to give the best to God, and if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. And as I told you, on this channel there are some films of mine based on social themes and on Christian Christmas themes. You may please look at them and enjoy. Thank you.